Let's see who's the first zodiac of this week with this hot, burning, blow-up doll Venus and Aries energy. Libras. They are the ones going through the relationship transit of the Sun, Venus, and in Aries. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on for the Libras. We'll give them the Golden Tarot. They are the first ones to show up for the reading today. Libras are like, I can go to sleep. Thank God. I'm the first reading. Oh, my gosh. Thank God. Libras don't watch the other ones. Unless Libras are good cross watchers. They'll watch the sign that they might be into somebody with, but they'll go to bed and then they'll wake up and then they'll watch that sign in the morning after they watch their own shit. That's a typical Libra. Oh, and then they'll wake up in the morning and then they'll forget that they were supposed to do that, and they'll watch like a day and a half later and be like, oh, I kind of caught up on it finally, but I was doing this too. And da, da, da. All right, what's going on with Libras this week? You got the Ace of Cups in reverse as your first card. Your challenge card here is the Knight of Cups in reverse. We got a lot of emotional upside down cards. We got the Ten of Cups upside down. Holy moly. And we got the Knight of Swords as your way through this reversed. Wow. I mean, already we got big cup cards, really positive cards for love, all in reversed here. Libra, what's going on with you and your emotions? This is some internal shit. You're ready to let the emotions come pouring down on you, but there's some blockage within you here. You're feeling blocked, maybe you want to feel like you're done with like pouring the emotions in somebody else. Could be that too. Then we got this King of Cups in reverse, which is always very confident emotionally, and that's the challenge for you. I think that you're unsure of how much emotion to put in here. And we got the Ten of Cups as your overall. That's one of the greatest cards, especially for love. It's the family that gets together, has the kid and the rainbow, and it's all done. It's all locked up, and the dream's there. It's reversed as your overall. Why are you afraid, or what's the issue that's blocking this situation? This is all internal. You get the Knight of Swords. It's almost like you're not rushing in enough into emotional stuff. I don't think, this is the card. This is the hero. He comes in and figures out the situation, rescues, and jumps in. It's the fastest card in the deck. But you got it reversed. You're like playing it really slow. And I think that, maybe you could miss out, or you could just, you're in a place where there's people that are feeling like they're not into somebody emotionally and they don't know what to do. You need to get the fuck out. And then there's some people that are like on the fence emotionally. It's like, you need to at least fucking try. You need to jump in a little bit and get your feet wet, is what we like to say in the world, right? You get them feet wet. Let's see why you pulled this Ace of Cups. I gotta shuffle these pretty good because I just piled all those ones to the last reading on top. Yeah, this Ace of Cups reversed is definitely a big indication that you are looking for all the water to pour down on you, yet it's reversed. So either you're not feeling that from a partner, or you're wanting that, but you have some sort of insecurity inside, or you're afraid. There's definitely hesitation to do this. There's a hesitation also of like, am I going to stay in this dry relationship? Like, what can we give some clarifying aspects here for you here? You pulled the Hierophant reversed. Get out of the same traditions. I feel like you're trying to play this tradition. Like if you're entering or you're like somebody, it's like, oh, well, traditionally this is what I do and it works for me. It's like, let go of those traditions. You're not doing some religious service here. But it also means that you also might be with somebody who's not spiritual. So if they're not spiritual, or they don't have some sort of tradition spiritually, that might be an issue that's going on, why they can't reach the same emotional deep or depth that you want. And also, I think is definitely going to be an important thing for you in your own spirituality to realize that, the choices you're making are very deep and spiritual with your relationships right now. But that doesn't mean that you have to kind of play it like you're the Pope who doesn't have a love energy with anybody, right? I mean, most of the time. If you watch V is for Vendetta, you can see a different version of that and how it works. Natalie Portman. Remember that scene?
No, I need to rewatch that movie.
Oh man, that's a deep scene.
Maybe we can watch it this
Doesn't
weekend.
end up deep, but pretty crazy scene. 5 of Pentacles with this Ten of Cups. This is the issue. There are Libras out there that are like, I will take the shit and I will stay in the shit. I don't care. Even if it's not the ultimate vision, it's a good vision. And then there's other Libras, single Libras that have some deep insecurities or feel like it maybe isn't possible to have the ultimate dream vision happen that you're going to have to work through within yourself. You know, it's the poverty card. It's the illness card. It's, you know, or maybe you don't feel like monetarily you're able to get what you want emotionally for love, or maybe you are going through a sickness, or maybe you are going through this. But I would say that you got to like realize these are some deep self-worth things that you're going to have to change. Especially it could also be beauty. Like you feel like you're the weirdo troll under the bridge when you're not. Don't be that, Libra. You're not the weirdo troll under the bridge. Or maybe you are. I don't know. Oops. Troll life. Oh, that's the wrong cards anyway. All right, let's see what's going on with Libras in the first card they got. You got the Pisces card. Yeah, it's time to believe in the dream again. I feel like you also got to face your true fantasies and let those happen, but you also got to face where the fantasies aren't coming true. So I got a feeling there's some Libras that it's like the fantasy is not true, and like you keep believing and it doesn't keep showing up, and you're gonna have to like go, well, why is that? And especially for those that are trying to find the fantasy in somebody and they want to change them, single or other people might be dealing with like they don't believe that a fantasy is possible, and you need to believe that, and you need to go into that. You also have to, again, spiritual card with the spiritual card, the Hierophant, and the Pisces card, like here. There's definitely like only spiritual true connections that see the same things in same way spiritually, or you might be in a relationship but there's no spirituality at all, and like that's the issue of why the emotions are not going where you want it to go. What did you get here? You pulled the Psychic card. Definitely, God, you're pulling a lot of so many cups and so many Pisces, like psychic cards. Like I think that this is where it's like your intuition knows. So it's like your gut's gonna say fuck yes, and it's gonna say fuck no, and it's like listen to the fuck no and listen to the fuck yes. And also at the same time, I like the Psychic card because it does show the two energies and how they overlap and kind of create this one. And I feel like as Libra, that's what you want to do. But you have to be willing to jump on it. You don't want to, I found this and I psychically feel it's good, but you're in your head too much and you're not going to jump into it. And then you feel like it's out of control emotionally. Well, guess what? Like love is out of control emotionally because love is not controlled. Trying to put love into a box is never a fucking good thing, ever. What'd you get for your shadow? You got the Gilded Regret. Oh, I do not want you to go through regret right now. Or you're in regret about a relationship you're in or a situation that, isn't that great. Maybe the partner isn't that great and they didn't lead to the ultimate life. Maybe they're missing some aspect of things. Maybe they don't know how to take you to the cleaners the right way. And I don't want you to go through regret to missing out and because you're stuck emotionally. And the shadow would be having a lot of regrets and especially with that Five of Pentacles. It'd be like, feeling like, God, I fucked this shit up. Delight. Go have delight. It kind of reminds me of go have some delight with some crystal light. Although I don't know if crystal light's that good for you, but I remember crystal light. I feel like, go live the delight of life. If your relationship's really not that delightful, then it is frightful. And I think that this is Ganesha telling you, hey, the delight's going to bring you back to that emotional place. Go do that instead of like be in a non-delightful place. Like, I'm not happy about this relationship, or I want to be into this happiness, but I'm like holding myself back because I'm too scared of the emotion. Well, then you're not going to get shit. If you are a single Pisces or single Libra, you got the Star card. This is like a fresh new beginning. It's naked energy that's going to the divine and the stars are pointing the way for you. And it's a beautiful new beginning in your life. So there's some really good, beautiful, and it's like at the very base of a brand new, beautiful beginning. And the waters that flow and letting it go. If you're in a relationship, you got the 8 of Cups. You know what? This is the card of I'm getting the fuck out of here and moving on. But when it's reversed, it's like, no, I'm not. I want to get the fuck out, but I'm like going back and turning around. So it's almost like there's been a lot of like you in a relationship ready to leave and then you're not ready to leave. Why is that? 4 of Pentacles. You're obsessed. You think it's your all end all be all, but you also don't because you want to leave. So you're in a really torn situation here, and you're going to have to find that delight in your love life here in those relationship situations if you're in a relationship. Wow, North Node in Libra in the 9th. I mean, it's time for you to get the relationship life that you want in your life and expand through relationships, or you need to focus on how to expand the relationship you're in if you're in one. And need to seek new adventures, new ways, open up the doors, and be also open to, are you getting the fair and balance that you want in your life if you're in a relationship? Or if you're single, it's about learning to be more open, know your options here. And also if you're in a relationship, know your options.
Yeah, I think it's a bit about finding the balance in your life and finding the balance in the relationships. You know, sometimes we kind of second guess ourselves, or we don't follow our intuition. We don't follow what our soul is actually trying to tell us. We get trapped in our mind instead of in our body, you know, and then we kind of overthink situations, and we put limits on our expectations of what can actually happen in our life if we just go and if we actually just believe from it. So I think that's taking that step back out of your mind and finding that balance. You know, maybe you're out of whack and you're putting too much weight, or you're putting too much thought or energy into certain situations in your life that you know aren't necessarily going to be benefiting the relationships that you're trying to seek out. So just kind of take a step back, you know, relax a bit. Let the universe take the wheel for a moment. You don't need to actually have full control at every moment.